The day humanity challenged the heavens, the sky itself shattered. Massive cracks spread across the clouds, while burning cities collapsed beneath them. Millions died before the war even began. The oceans rose like monsters. Entire kingdoms disappeared in flames. And above the dying world, the gods watched silently, as if humanity's extinction meant nothing to them. But even then, one man continued fighting. Kael, the strongest warrior humanity had ever known. A man feared even by gods themselves. By the time the final battle began, Kael had already slaughtered countless divine beings. The battlefield beneath him was covered in the corpses of fallen gods. One celestial charged toward him in desperation. Kael didn't even move. The moment the god reached him, crack, Kael crushed its skull with one hand. Silence spread across the battlefield. For the first time in history, the heavens felt fear. Behind Kael, the Eclipse legions stretched across the ruined world like endless darkness, and ahead of him, the remaining gods slowly stepped backward because they finally realized the truth. This war was already lost. Then suddenly, everything stopped. The battlefield froze, the sky became silent. Even time itself felt broken, and for the first time in his life, fear appeared in Kael's eyes. Something was descending from beyond the heavens. The moment the Overseer raised its hand, the heavens went silent. A single white light appeared above the battlefield, small, motionless, but Kael immediately understood what it was. If that attack reached Earth, everything would disappear. Eclipse Legion, Kael's voice echoed across the shattered world. Attack. Millions of dark warriors charged toward the heavens like a black ocean. The remaining gods joined the battle in desperation. Black lightning and divine power collided across the skies. Mountains vanished beneath the shockwaves. The entire battlefield trembled violently, but high above them, the white light only continued growing larger and larger, as if the heavens themselves were preparing for extinction. Then, finally, the Overseer lowered its hand. The field disappeared instantly. Entire armies were erased inside the white flames. Even space itself began cracking apart from the impact. Kael unleashed the full power of the Void Authority. Black lightning exploded around his body. Dark energy consumed the battlefield. But even then, he knew it still wouldn't be enough. So Kael made a forbidden choice. He began burning his own life force. Void Heart State. The darkness around him erupted violently. His armor cracked apart beneath the overwhelming power. Reality distorted around his body. Even the gods stepped backward in fear. For the first time, a human's power was shaking the heavens themselves. Kael roared and charged directly into the descending beam. The impact shattered the world beneath him. The oceans split apart. Entire continents collapsed. The Eclipse Legion desperately pushed against the divine light beside him. But one by one, they began disappearing into ashes, erased completely, as if they had never existed. And still, the beam continued descending. He refused to move. The ocean swallowed burning cities whole. Humanity stood on the edge of extinction. Then suddenly, memories flashed inside Kael's mind. A peaceful sunset field, his daughter running toward him happily. Papa, behind her, his wife smiled softly. You promised you'd come back alive this time. For a brief moment, a tired, broken smile. Then, the memory shattered. Summoning power of the Void Authority erupted uncontrollably. Black lightning covered the heavens. Reality itself began cracking apart around his body. The destroyed half of his body slowly reconstructed itself through pure dark energy. The battlefield trembled violently beneath his rage. Even the gods could no longer hide their fear. For the first time, they looked at Kael like a monster. And then, Kael attacked. A single strike crossed the battlefield instantly. Silence. The Overseer stopped moving. A small glowing cut appeared across its face. The remaining gods stared in disbelief. The Overseer slowly touched the glowing mark beneath its eye, and for the first time since its descent, its expression changed. Not anger, not fear. Kael's breathing grew heavier. The Void Heart State was collapsing. Cracks spread across his broken body, while black lightning flickered weakly around him. And yet, the Overseer still stood there untouched, beyond reach. Kael slowly looked toward the ruined earth below. Burning oceans, collapsed continents, a dying world. Everything he tried to protect was already disappearing. Then suddenly, The overseer moved. One step. That was enough. The shattered heavens distorted instantly. Reality itself began folding inward around Kael's body. Not just his body, his very existence was being erased. Kael trembled beneath the overwhelming pressure, and in that moment, he finally understood. If he stayed here any longer, even his soul would disappear forever. Then Kael raised his head one final time. If I cannot save this world. The remaining void authority erupted violently around him. Reality screamed apart. Then I'll survive beyond it. The heavens cracked open, not a portal, but reality itself, being torn apart by force. Kael's body slowly dissolved into ashes beneath the pressure, but even then, he continued forcing the dimensional fracture open, because survival was the only thing left. Then, his body collapsed completely, and Kael fell through countless broken worlds, until suddenly, silence. Kael slowly opened his eyes. Cold air touched his skin. A massive sound echoed through the ruins. Kael slowly raised his eyes, and deep within the endless mist, a gigantic chained figure stood silently in the darkness. Then suddenly, two glowing eyes opened. The creature stared directly at Kael. Its eyes narrowed slightly, as if it had sensed the remaining void authority hidden inside his shattered soul. You, the voice shook the entire world, are not from this realm.